Sashi
Puki Jushin Metotam Rirab Dingshi Ninde Gampani Sangye Shindu Mikte Uwargi Joku Namdak Shingla Chuparsho Ilam Guru Radna Mandala Kamniyatayami
Gewadi Asukchudam Soki
Chonamla Jamchu Badu Dani Kapsuchi Daki Chenyen Ipe Sanamki Gola Penchir Sangye Druparsho
Sangye
Chodam Soki Chonamla Jamchu Badu Dani Kapsuchi Daki Chenyen Ipe Sanamki Gola Penchir Sangye Druparsho
Sangye
Chodam Soki Chonamla Chanchu Bardu Dagni Kapsuchi Daki Chunyen Gibe Sunamki Gola Penchir Sangye Druparsho. Okay, cool. So we had the 3 examples of someone who hit the net, who hit the killing point from the original Sakya text. And now we're going to get a milder version inside our text. So the Lama in his public talk on the Crown of Knives described those 3, but not in such detail. And since he mentioned the Sakyas, I thought you'd like to have the original. So let's go ahead. Shinken Shingin Nela Kepani, right? Isn't it?
Sorry, you're not on the screen.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's not showing up again. Oh, there it is. I got it. Oh, did it give a code number? It wants a code number.
Oh, is it did you connect to the scriptor?
Oh, you're right. Okay, here we go. Yay! Okay. Shinken Shinginela Kepani. The woodsman who is a master in the killing point for a tree, okay? Now, he has a slightly different story, okay? Gyagatu in India, Gyagatu, Shingtala. Shingtala means a palm tree. I know because they used it in the Niguma's life story. Do you remember?
When she flies over the height of the palm tree?
They measure her altitude flying by palm trees.
Yeah.
You know, she was 5 palm trees high or something like that. Okay, anyway, tala, shing tala means palm tree. Dombo Chipe say, when you cut one of them, shinginela keba de da ki, the person who is a master at the crucial point in those trees, they will lekpa kak, there's the verb at the end, okay? By seji to the store was gone. So we have to go to the end to find the verb. Lekpa kak means they'll do a very good job at shutting down. There's kak as a chipapungusa yupa, agentive verb, as of gok and gak. Here's kak, first column, okay? They will very well shut down the Chunjuki Yul. This is not Chunju, which is Bodhicharvatara. This is Chunju.
Water drinker.
Where the water enters, okay? Where the water enters, that spot, Yul, here it means spot, okay? They will put a bukpa, a little bukpa. I think here bukpa is a, you drive it into a piece of wood to split it.
Oh, a wedge.
A wedge, yeah. I think here it's a wedge. they will take a small wedge, and they will say, they need say chene. This say che means they will seek out. Okay, it doesn't mean cut. Okay, say che means they will seek out.
Oh, tsul.
Maybe say chene. They will seek it out. That special point where the water drinks, where the plant drinks its water. And Deini means that exact place. Deini means that exact place. They will seek it out, and then they will block it. Okay. I'm sorry, Bukpa, I take it back. Bukpa here means a outlet, hole, small hole. Okay, the small hole where the water drinks from, where the tree drinks from.
Okay.
Small hole. Sorry, the other one's coming later. And they will block it. Cogne, chena. If you cut it that way, okay. Chek mepar is a common ancient word for no hassle. Chek chep mepar means no hassle. Without any hassle, gal means fall down. With people, it means to black out. But with trees, it means fall over. Droa means it will do that. It will fall over. This droa doesn't mean come or go. It just means gel and droa means it'll fall over. Yinki, but they men here means those who are not that, meaning those who are not a master woodsman, other people. They men, those who are not a master woodsman. Okay. Jitsam chekyang, no matter how much they chop at the tree. Tala de, don't forget this is page number. And BA means back side of the page, and NA means front side of the page. So don't try to read this into the text, okay? It's just A or B. B is B, luckily, so N has to be A. Okay? And here, tala, that palm tree, tala. Okay, so don't take this as a locative or anything. It's the second half of the word for palm tree.
Oh no.
Okay? They will... Jitsam chekyang, no matter how much they chop away at the palm tree, lar tu means it will grow back. Okay, it will grow back. Tu means to continue a line of things or reconnect a line of things. Okay, tupa gyur, and chum mi tupa. In the end, they won't be able to cut it. It'll keep growing back, and they won't be able to cut it. Okay, they're very fast growers and they grow back fast.
Can I ask a question?
Yep.
The daemon, you just know it's a noun from context?
Yeah.
Because that's hard. Usually
It's hard. It's really nasty. It means those who are not.
Yeah.
It means it
I
not.
think it's like that isn't or something.
It's just experience. I'm sorry
Yeah, me too.
for the food.
Oh, that's fine.
Shemba soki ne la kepani. What about the butcher, who is a master, kepa, in the crucial point of the life force? Okay? This me is a noun.
Human person?
Yeah. And I made a note to myself because I didn't want to take the me as a negative. One who kills sheep. Okay? So you have to phrase it as Luke Sumi.
Sumi.
Not Luke Sumi.
Sumi.
Luke Sumi. English has spaces between words. Tibetan and Sanskrit Tibetan mainly, just has dots between every syllable. So you don't know which syllables go together.
Right.
As you know, it's very frustrating.
But generally, me as a negative is a prefix, right?
Yeah. Well,
Two past tense.
definitely if there's a soak after it, there should be a noun.
Right.
Well, not necessarily, but anyway, Okay. People like a person who wants to kill a sheep, meaning people want to kill cows, or people want to kill pigs, or people want to kill fish. Okay? That person, Soksat Seche. Again, Seche means to search out. It doesn't have anything to do with cutting. Okay? Seche, they will seek out the root of the life force. And they'll take a little sakbu. Sakbu is a tube for digging a hole for planting garlic, or a little tube for bloodletting. I said the other day like a cigarette holder, but I think I said it for the wrong thing. I think I said it for the tree. And I'm sorry, that's a mistake. It's the little cigarette holder looking like thing is for the animal, okay? Yeah, according to this Lama. But I think I remember it with the other one also. Anyway, maybe he's misremembering it. Tamashini Nimba, Samki. Nimba means to normally nail a nimba, to strike the. Here it means to insert or drive in. Nimba means to drive in. Okay, Dan nimba means to poke somebody with a spear. Okay, drive a spear into them. So drive in a small tube into the animal, and with no more than that, some key, with no more than that, with just that, shidoa. This doa again is like present, future tense. They will die. They will go to die, meaning they will die. Ta, it's like that. Okay. Meaning what's like that? We are like that because we're trying to seek out the the crucial killing point. Okay. Now he goes to the third example, but nowhere near the sexy detail as in the Sakya text. That's why I went to the Sakya text. Chunkorke ne la kepa, those who are a master in the crucial points of contraptions. Okay. Machines. Mechanism. You decide, you're the translator. But if I disagree with it, I'm going to change it anyway. Okay. By the way, everyone signs this agreement. You just didn't get it yet. I have fired translators who wouldn't listen to me. Okay. I mean, I said, this is not the right one. And they said, I don't care. That's how goodbye. Okay. I'm not going to waste my time, right? Bepa mi chepa. That's how Gyaltsab J put it. Okay. Okay. Anyway, masters at mechanisms, or whatever you want to call it. Daemik is a Tibetan word for
Key.
key. Great, Adam. Thank you. Daemik means a key. It can also mean a small wrench.
Oh, yeah, in Spanish it's that too, right? Wrench is a key.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any small tool. But I guess here it means a like a gear or something. Anyway, korwa samki means they just turn it. And then rangsar döpa means it shuts down. It's an idiom. Stays in its own place. Yeah, it's a pretty rare expression for goes at rest or something like that. It just means it shuts down. It shuts down on its own. Okay. Rangsar Döpa means it shuts down. Literally, it says it stays in its place, but it doesn't mean that. It means it shuts down. The mechanism shuts down. He doesn't talk about the swords and the fish and the riches of the king, and I just thought you'd like to hear all that. Yeah. Okay. And samsara is the same. Now he's going to go off on how samsara is the same as the animal's life, the tree's life, and the continued operation of the machine. Samsara is just like that. Very similar to chitsu koilo. What's chitsu?
Watch.
Yeah, watch. So, he was 1800. They were just seeing the first clocks, mechanical clocks. Tata means, these modern. Here it means, Tata means now. But here it means those newfangled, those new inventions that we're seeing nowadays. Those clocks that run on gears and stuff. Okay, Tate Chutsa means Chutsukoilo means geared watches. Watches having those newfangled geared watches, etc. Dang Tsumba means it's the same thing. Dang Tsumba means it's very similar to those new watches we have coming out. Okay. And in the same way, Okne Junwei, literally it means what?
Nothing from below.
Which comes from below. What it means here is, which I'm about to discuss for the rest of this book. Okay, to follow. Okay, what to follow? Lojong. The Lojong, which is to follow from here. Tsul Dida Rere Shinki, like each of those examples I just gave you, like those 3 examples I just gave you, like each of them, Kyang also, Dang Chenzin Ki Dao, the enemy of
Grasping towards
self-cherishing. This is not Dang Zin, okay? And you have to know, Dang Chenzin and Dang Zin, completely different. Okay, one leads to the other.
grasping to self leads to
Yeah.
chasing.
Seeing things as self-existent leads to cherishing yourself. But Dang Zin in Buddhist philosophy is the habit of believing that things are coming from their own side. Dak Chenzin means to cherish yourself. So you got to be careful. If there's a che in the middle, this GCES, if you see that between the dak and the zin, you're talking lojong, If you see it without this, you're talking majamika or something, okay? So be careful.
Is this
Dang-
the one that Master Shantideva uses a lot? Dr.
Yeah.
Johnson?
Yeah, he's Rang Chenzen, same thing. Dao, Nela Shintu we should be really poking that guy. Okay, Shintu means very much. Poke means poke. We should be striking that guy at his neck, at his killing point. Okay, Yorwei na. And that's why the Lojong, which is to follow, is called the crown of knives. The knives are the scalpel that cuts down into the skin and cuts out this disease. Okay, cool. Now, Sage is going to learn. When it says tsawa, it means here's a piece from the root text. He doesn't say from the tsawa. He doesn't say in the tsawa. He doesn't say here's some tsawa. This author, this note taker, transcriber, he just says tsawa, and it means what comes immediately next is root text. Okay, how much of what comes immediately next is root text? You're gonna look it up. You're gonna call up the root text, which is here, which is in your Dropbox. Here's the root text, okay? And we've already had the crown of knives, which strikes at the killing point of the enemy, okay? And we have already had that. We've already covered that. And by the way, somebody's going to have to help him. But he was weaving here at the end. He was weaving in the root text here at the end. This last sentence had a lot of root text in it. So someone's going to have to help Seiji to block it out. I'll do this one for you for free. Then you got to do it yourself. Okay. Jawo nela apa. Jawo nela. Okay. Apa is a tense of popa. So you guys it's like hypertexting. Okay. Nela apa. Oops. Darnela up at Sunje Korlo Shejawa. Sunje Korlo Shejawa. Sheja. Okay? That much is root text. In your English, it's going to be italicized. Enemy, killing point, strike. Therefore, it's called the crown of knives. Okay.
Does
Hit
that
down.
assume that the killing point would be in the head?
No.
Or is that
No, it doesn't.
Oh.
It's not meant to imply that.
Oh.
I only use crown of knives because I found an extremely early reference to it as a crown of knives, and I believe that's what it meant in the Buddha's time. So, okay.
Because Sincha is literally weapon.
Yeah, Sincha literally means a bladed weapon. Okay, of any kind, sword, knife, ninja star. Okay, chainsaw. No. Okay. Okay. Now the next is very sexy. Every text should have at the beginning a chuja.
Offering of praise.
Yeah, an offering of praise. You bow down to some high object at the beginning of every book. Okay, we've had that already in many of people's texts. This one, he's bowing down to Shinje Shi. It's Yamantaka. I bow down to the butcher of the Lord of Death.
The really angry guy.
So it doesn't mean Lord of Death. It means the one who kills the Lord of Death. But sometimes the name is shortened to Lord of Death. But it doesn't mean that. It means, Yama means Lord of Death. Antaka means the one who puts an end to. In fact, Anta came into English as end. And Ka came into English as IC, like tantric, or, okay? So it means the one who kills death. Okay, I bow down to the butcher of the Lord of Death. Okay,
G-S-H-E-D.
yeah. I bow down to the. We had Shenba already just above.
Right.
Two different words. I bow down to the butcher of the Lord of Death, the great angry one. Okay, the fierce one. Chowo means angry or fierce. Okay, the Mr. Big mean. Okay, you make some poetic thing. Okay, make some poetic thing. Be a Cervantes. Okay. Shepani. Now he's going to gloss the prostration, and you have to black out here the words that relate to it. Okay, ready? Yul kepa chen la chepa jupa de. In this line, the author of this Lojong, who is Dharmarakshita, thank you, Mr. Dictionary, is making an offering of praise, the standard, what do you call that? Device, literary device in a Buddhist text. Okay, he's expressing an offering of praise to a very extraordinary object. Kepar Chen means extraordinary, very special. Now he says something beautiful, and God bless him. He's going to explain why he's super Mr. Pissed Off. Okay, Chowo Chenpo. Why is he super Mr. Pissed Off? Because Deyang Kanlatona, who is he pissed off at? Okay, Kanlato. If you call him Mr. Fierce One, angry deity, who's he angry at? Dak Chenzin. Yeah, he's pissed off at self-cherishing. Okay, who is he angry at? Your tendency to take care of number one. That's who he's angry at. You want to know why Yamantaka's painted as a big mean guy? He's upset. What? He's upset that you didn't pass the donuts down to the front of the table.
That explains everything. I've been wondering for years about those paintings. Now it makes sense.
He's just like,
We are taking care of ourselves, and he's upset. He's like, don't. He gets angry about it. Not at us. Right? I don't know if your parents ever said, I'm just mad that you're selfish. I'm not mad at you. Dingyi, that's who he's mad at. Tre means he got angry. Okay. What? At that's the only thing he's mad at. Your Chenzin. Where does that Chenzin live? In the minds of every living being. Semjen Namki Gyu. Okay? That's why he's angry all the time. No matter who he's with in the room. He's like, oh, your selfishness is driving me crazy. Okay? Dinde Toalani, Chanju Semba Tada Shak Chokte. Can you give me an example of this, Mr. Pissed Okay? Dinde, like that, Toa. If that's how you're describing the angry one, can you tell me, give me some examples of who it is. Then he says, shock choke. This choke, so choke has two very, very different meanings. Mr. Dictionary!
with that M in front of it?
No, that would be easy.
We're talking about.
This is harder.
Oh, there you go.
I knew I'd have time to eat a donut.
Choke, like one and only one, like.
Huh. I should have bet some money. I'll give you the easy one, okay? Split the word.
Shock is to split.
No, split choke.
Something.
Split below?
No, split the word into two and you got it. Choga,
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Ritual.
ritual.
Yeah.
Choga is the Tibetan word for a ritual. And sometimes it's shortened into choke. For example, Jangwe Choga means a ritual for purifying the dead of their bad deeds so they can go to a nice place. It's called Jangchok, but it's shortened to Jangchok. Purification ritual, Jangchok. So, but in colloquial Tibetan, and don't forget, Seiji's text is the only one in this room which was spoken. So he's got an interesting text. Yours is all spoken. Chok means it's allowed. Dochona, can I leave
Can I
now,
go? Yeah,
teacher? Dochona, can I leave? Chok. Yeah, chok means yeah, it's okay. It means allowable, permissible. It's okay. What? You ask me who's the angry one? It's permissible. You could say shock, joke, right?
Okay.
You could say that it's Chanju Semba Tadak.
You could say that it's the edge of the Bodhisattva?
Tadak is Tamche.
All Bodhisattvas?
Each and every bodhisattva there is.
Oh,
Right?
man.
Who's the enemy of the Dak Chenzin? Who's the enemy of Dak Chenzin? Who's the enemy of self-judging? Every bodhisattva there is.
They're all pissed off.
They're all pissed off. Okay, got it? That's sexy.
I want to be a room with a bunch of angry Bodhisattvas.
Oh, who is this angry deity? Oh, just every bodhisattva there is. Dang Chenzin la Dartawe Gone Toate. They are angry in the sense, Gone, that they view Dak Chenzin self-cherishing as the enemy. They are all angry in the sense that they look upon self-cherishing as the real enemy. Okay.
It's not they need.
And if you want to know how does Toa feel to them, min dupa, they are repulsed. They don't want it in their own heart either. They don't want it. What do you mean angry? They don't want it. They don't want it here in themselves. Yeah, mindupa. It might be more powerful to make it colloquial, you know. They don't want this asshole in their heart either, or something like that, you know. That's what angry means here, you know. They're angry in the sense of they don't want it. They don't want to catch it. You see what I mean? They're like, okay. That's what angry means here. Okay. Shada. Do you know shada? It's only colloquial.
Something about meat.
No, nothing to do with meat.
I have no idea.
Some. I've done some.
Oh.
It means exclusively.
Okay, shut up.
Meat ngaragi kola meat does a ganga kupa shadare. Kupa shadare.
He's exclusively an idiot?
I'm surrounded by idiots. Okay, kupa means idiot. Shadat means 100%. Every single person. So shadat means each and every. It's very colloquial. And it's often about people. It's often about people. You know, how are the debaters at that monastery? They're all idiots, you know. Okay. Okay, so shatat means tamche or something like that. Okay. You mentioned how it came to be that. Tak means tiger, sha means meat. I don't think there's a. It's probably something to do with takpa r.
That's not related to tiger meat.
Okay.
So what's each and every
I'm sorry, what?
bodhisattva?
Oh yeah. What is this kind of angry one? If you want to know who this kind of angry one is, well, it would be okay to say it's every single bodhisattva in the universe. Why are they angry? They all view self-cherishing as the enemy, and 100% of them don't want it. They don't want to catch it. That's what it means to say they're angry. Okay. Unkyang, changsem so lamba chungu wa le dombo tabu. Well, suppose you are, okay, unkyang means but, changsem, changjisemba, bodhisattva, soglam. And there are three parts to soglam: lesser, medium, and greater. So he's at the lesser part of the first path, this path of accumulation. So take a bodhisattva who's at the first third of the path of accumulation, and who is therefore a le dampoa. Le dampoa is a colloquial word for a raw beginner.
Sorry?
Raw beginner.
Tenderfoot?
It means, yeah, tenderfoot. It means a first action, first worker.
Okay.
Le dampoa, for whom this activity is new. Le dam, and normally it's le damboa, but you can say le dambopa also. Okay. So they're just a beginner. It means a beginner. Le damboa means beginner. Tabu. Rangyuki Dangchen Sin Bashik Samlak Tripani. All they are angry at, Samlak, all they've been able to get angry at, past tense, all they've been able to get angry at is the self-cherishing contained in their own heart. But that's not big anger.
Oh, I see.
That's not big anger. Okay. What's big anger?
Self-cherishing.
Yeah, they see it all as equally an enemy. The self-cherishing in the person next to you is as much your enemy as your own. Treat it as a common enemy. So see, when he bowed down to this dude, what did he say? To chambola. I bow down to big angry, piss off. Well, what's the difference between small angry and big angry? Small angries are bodhisattvas just at the beginning, and they've learned to hate their own self-cherishing. But they haven't learned to hate it in everybody else. That would be big anger, big pissed off. Okay? It's really cool. I mean, you could go wild on this, you know.
I mean, so far he's also implying that anger and self-cherishing, like, kills death.
Yeah. So, La Tripani, that's anger, but it's not big anger. Okay. Kapti Shinje She Tabuni Tron Chen Tar Tupate. In Kapti Shinje She Tabuni, when you're talking about someone like the butcher of the Lord of Death that we're talking about here, if you take the butcher of the Lord of Death that we're talking about here in this context, Kapti, in the context of the first line of the Crown of Knives, we're talking about, now we're not even just talking about Trochan.
Chochen
The
Tartu.
final, the biggest
Tartu-
expression of
Tartupa.
big anger.
Yeah, we're talking about the biggest of the big. There's Tartuk as the fourth of the four steps, right? It's on all the shirts, T-shirts in Guadalajara. So Tartuk in the four steps means the last. But here it means the biggest, the ultimate. Tartuk is like Dundam. It's the same. Tuk means to meet, Tartuk means go to the end, touch the end. He's the ultimate big angry. He's not just a big angry. He's the one we're talking about here. That's what Kapti means. The one we're talking about here. We're not even just talking about big angry. We're talking about ultimate big angry.
It's like CEO.
Anger Inc.
Yeah. Not just a branch manager.
Now, he's going to divide the butcher of the Lord of Death, the killer of the Lord of Death. He's going to divide them into Chang and Nge.
Oh, cool. Literal and figurative.
Yeah, Chang Nge. Who's the real one, and who's like just sort of the representative one? Okay, who's the real killer of the Lord of Death, and who we just call the killer of the Lord of Death, but he's not the real one. Okay, so he's going to Chang Nge it. He's going to Chang Nge it.
Wow.
De Lang,
That's awesome.
Chang Nge Nyi. Yeah, this is. Everyone's thinking right now he's got the best book. And they're stuffing with this Abhidharma. An hour ago, that Abhidharma was the best book. Okay. Change Nile, if you divide this killer of the Lord of Death into the real one and just the figurative one, okay, here's the real one. Nge Dungi Shinje Shini, the real killer of the Lord of Death, Nge Dun is Nitarta, the real one. That's the full form of Nge in Change. Change means Changdun Nge Dun. Okay, the one which is the real one, okay, is De Don Yisume Pe Yeshi.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Duality.
the
The
wishes-
wisdom
No, come
which
on.
is free from.
The wisdom of
Two.
indivisible
bliss and emptiness.
bliss and emptiness.
Oh, it's
Ooh.
De Tong. Wow.
Very, very tantric. Very tantric. The wisdom of undividable bliss and emptiness, which means the perception emptiness, by the way, which you know.
That's the Ngaden.
That's the real killer of the Lord of Death. You want to kill Lord of Death? Get this wisdom, which is the indivisible bliss and knowledge of emptiness, which is a tantric subject. It's the goal of Tantra. Okay? That high wisdom, which can be triggered by outer means, like yoga. Okay. So if that's the real killer of the Lord of Death, who's the representative one? You know, who's the metaphorical one? Oh, that Shinje Shini is Danish Shinlaki number Sharwe To Shinje She. Oh, that's the butcher of the Lord of Death, the fierce deity who comes in the appearance of having arms and legs. Okay. And then the Dani, I'll give $50 for this Dani. But it has to be in the next 24 hours. No, I'm just kidding. I'll give $50, but it has to be now.
Is the
Anyone can tell me what's that Dani?
They need the thatness of him.
it's like the essence of that.
That the arms and legs themselves.
I'm enjoying knowing what the hell the book says, because when I hit words text, I'm going to be back. I'm going to be put into shambles.
That the arms and legs themselves are the.
It smells like that, but that's not it. Okay, the bet is canceled. I'm starting to give you clues. Day refers to something previous in the sentence.
The yeshe, the
Yeah,
wisdom?
yeah. Okay. That and only that. That very thing. That very thing appearing in the form of a deity.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay. What? The wisdom of bliss and voidness in the form of somebody with face and hands.
That's the lock.
Shin. Oh, yeah. Shin means face here. Okay. Be careful. Shinrei. It means the face. Okay. It doesn't mean anything else. And lak means arms and legs. Nampa chen. Shin. So, what is the metaphorical killer of the Lord of Death? It's your wisdom that took the form of a tantric deity. That same wisdom, which is the real killer, took the form of a tantric deity with a face and arms and legs. Okay, got it? Man, your text is hot. So Shadwa, number Shadwa means taking the appearance of, manifesting in physical form. Just as Manjushri is the
Embodiment of wisdom.
it's the wisdom of all the Buddhas in a physical, in just an appearance, but it's if you cut it inside, it's wisdom. So it's appearing as a tantric deity, but it's really wisdom. And Avalokiteshvara, Guanyin? Yeah, compassion emanating as a deity. Okay, so here it's that wisdom of bliss and voidness emanating as
I see. So is that Shar Wei Chol appearing as anger?
this troll means fierce deity.
Okay.
This troll means first deity.
Oh, okay.
The
The fierce Shinjei Shi.
yeah, a fierce deity, comma, the butcher of the Lord of Death, comma, your wisdom appearing with arms and legs as the fierce one, the killer of the Lord of Death. Okay, got it? You okay?
Only that.
No,
And only that.
no, Dainyin doesn't mean only that. It means that same thing I just mentioned. You see, it means that very thing I just mentioned. Okay, what? That wisdom I was just talking about. That same thing. Dainyi means that same thing. Okay. Here it doesn't mean suchness or something.
Would you just reprint out this second column retrophrase, I just want to hear it in your mouth.
Troll,
Troll.
troll,
Troll.
troll. It's a little bit like a diphthong.
Okay.
It's a little like a diphthong. Troll,
Oh,
troll.
Troll.
Yeah, troll. Okay.
we sound like frogs.
Now it gets sexier. Somebody break down the word chakthel for me.
Hand to the
Go to the hand of. Looking for something from
Yes.
Yeah, I'll kiss you, but you're a nun.
What's wrong with kissing?
Kiss my never mind. So chakthel means to seek a special thing from the hand of your lama. The word prostrate in Tibetan is looking, hand seeking. Chakthel. Sangye la chakthel, Buddha la chakthel, Dharma la chakthel. Chakthel means to ask for something from the hand. Okay, that's how they translated it. It's namo. It's namas. I bow down, namo buddhaya, namo dhammaya, namo sanghaya. Okay, but the Tibetans chose a very cool way to look for something from the hand of your lama. Okay, chakthel. Because you need to know that to translate this sentence. Okay, so when you chakthel to this guy, this killer of the Lord of Death, when you prostrate to him, the chak, the hand, is the wisdom of indivisible bliss and voidness.
Oh, that's what it means by neat.
And to seek from the hand or to seek the hand means you're hoping to get it. Nisu Mepe Yoshi. He did not repeat Deitong,
Yeah.
but it just means indivisible wisdom. Bliss and
What's
Varna.
the make that?
So Chakni, this is called an equational sentence in linguistics. An equational sentence. It means blah, blah. And the ni serves as is. Okay? What's the hand in this chalk cell? What's the chalk in this chalk cell? It is ni, is Nisu Mepe Yeshe.
The indivisible, the wisdom.
Indivisible bliss and voidness, okay? And, well, what's the cell? What's the seeking? Oh, it's to want that. Okay? It's to aspire to that. It's to be hungry for that. Okay? Merpa means to really want something.
Stronger than good.
Okay?
Stronger than good.
Yeah, so
Like related to prayer.
why do you bow down to a deity who is wisdom here?
Because you're the wisdom from there?
Because you want that wisdom. You want to be that wisdom. You want to be that deity. Okay? You okay?
Yeah.
Like longing.
Yeah, this author's getting pretty, the speaker's getting pretty sexy.
That's kind of, Krishna, that's how you interpret the frustration in the meditation, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, that one is to recognize their good qualities. Yeah, something like
But
that.
does it imply that because we want to get it?
Yeah, it implies that we want it from them. Yeah. Okay, good. Didaki kap sur chenzen la dak chenzen ki makyabde. He makes another cool point. It just doesn't stop. We don't know how many things didn't make it into the lecture notes, but pretty. So far, it's packed. You know, everything is cool. There's a makyab here, which means there's no set and subset. Just because it's one doesn't mean it's the other. Just because it's one doesn't mean it has to be the other. Okay? What? What's the two things here? Somebody tell me.
Wisdom and
No.
all the self-cherishing and in your heart and self-cherishing the others.
No.
Oh, really?
Oh, it's.
I'll give it to you in Tibetan.
Okay.
Chenzen and Dak Chenzen.
Right. Cherishing and self-cherishing.
Good. I'll kiss you, but you're too far away. Got it? Okay. Not all forms of cherishing are self-cherishing.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. There is also a way in which you can learn to cherish others. Okay. Yin Su So Katsel. We got to talk about this section here. Yin Su So Katsel. Katsel, high honorific for he said.
All right. We learned that history.
Who?
The Buddha. Dharma Rakshita. Oh. No, I'm sorry. Just our commentator here who's speaking, and I don't remember who it is because it's a bad guy.
He knows. Chichen Tembarabge, the great throne holder Tembarabge. He spoke for a while. This means ... in a Buddhist transcript. Okay? He described how Katsel, the Holy Lama, was kind enough to, you got to say some words like that. Katsel is very high, honorific. Usually it's only Buddha, okay? He was kind enough to share with us how cherishing others is also a kind of cherishing. Okay, Tsul Sok means along with other information about this topic. It means the transcriber is going to leave something out. When he says Sok, it means I'm not going to tell you the whole details on this. Okay, so the Lama went off on, it means that. The Lama went off on how not all cherishing has to be self-cherishing, it could be cherishing others. And he spoke some on that. Now let's go back to the root text. Okay, it means he's skipping some stuff, and he wants you to know he's skipping some stuff. Okay. Dene.
12:45. So it's just that's the other class.
I don't want to go to the other class. I understand this class. Okay. Dene tsawa. What's tsawa mean?
Oh, that he's quoting.
Yeah, now I'm going back to the root text. I'm going back to the root text. He alerts you when he's going back to the root text. And Senduk nasu maju gyuana, when the peacocks walk through the poison forest.
Oh,
Okay? And we'll do the rest later.
They eat it.
What he's gonna say is they ignore all the tasty plants. They say, I don't need that. They go straight for the poison. So it's not, he's not gonna say peacocks eat poison. He's not gonna say that. He's gonna say peacocks walk into a field full of pineapples and they're looking for if there's any poison there. And they ignore the pineapples. You see what I mean? Like, all the nice stuff, they're like, I don't want that. You got any poison here? We got pineapples. No, I want some poison. You know? It means they seek out difficult situations. It's bodhisattvas. But the implication is they're surrounded by other opportunities to do something easier. But they go for the hard stuff. Okay.
Self.
Huh?
No, it just remind me of fifth flavor emptiness.
Yeah, they go for the
Self.
mind only text, not the seiji text.
You're going after the name after all.
Wah, wah.
Sashi.
Pugi joshin me tom tom, nira mingshi niende genpali, sangye shindu mite uwagi, roku namda shingla chupasho, iram guru rana mandala kame atayami. He Gewokun Sanam Yeshe Tsotsong Shing Sanam Yeshe Lechue Tamba Kuni Toparsho.